Greetings and salutations, sports fans. It's Todd Edwards coming to you live tonight, along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones at Sports Shooting Stars. Happy Valentine's Day. We're glad you made a date with Sports Shooting Stars to join us. And, Dew, I know you're excited. Love is in the air of sorts. How about it tonight?
Absolutely. It's a packed house here tonight. It's a lot of good teams playing here. We have York High versus West York, followed with a doubleheader, followed by Central York versus Eastern York, which is going to be another great matchup.
Yeah, we bring the games to you tonight, and I'll tell you what a main event matchup to kick things off tonight, featuring the York High Bearcats versus the West York Bulldogs. These two teams do not play often, but Tonight in the semifinal round, one of these teams punches their ticket to the county championship.
Absolutely. Every now and again, these teams have a matchup. It's usually in the county playoffs or even in the districts. But now tonight, it's all about what goes down at York Tech. The winner does advance to the county championship, which is a big deal, especially for our area, and it gives the kids a lot of momentum moving forward into the district. So this game has a lot on the table for both ball clubs.
Both ball clubs, and I want to mention to our viewers at home, West York comes in with an 8-game winning streak, and by the way, they're the defending YAIAA champions, and they're really the champs till someone can knock them off. Will that team tonight be York High Bearcats? We'll see. They're led by their senior, Jazeer Vega, a McDonald's All-American.
Yeah, it's going to be a great matchup. For these teams to even get here, West York was faced against Dallastown. Came out pretty much a gruel match. You know, they kind of grinded it out. They ended up winning 35-29.
Points were at a premium in that game.
Points were at a premium, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a defensive game of sorts. And then, of course, this York High Bearcats, they trounced York Catholic last week, and it really was not a close contest. And our viewers at home that are watching, you remember that rivalry from the 80s and 90s, York Catholic and York High. Well, the Bearcats advanced to take stage here tonight at the York Tech Fieldhouse as fans are filing in. It's going to be a standing room only crowd here, Dew. How about it here?
Oh yeah, it's going to be an awesome game. And also want to talk about Eastern York and their trip, how they got here, playing against. Last week they played Eastern York played against
Littlestown.
That's right. Yeah. Really good matchup with Littlestown last week. Well, a couple days ago.
Yeah, and we broadcasted. We brought that game to you on Sports Shooting Stars last Friday. And Eastern York, led by their really two-headed monster, Bosman and Walmsley. Keep an eye on that 1-2 punch for Eastern York tonight.
Yeah, it should be a really good matchup. And then also with Central York playing against Susky, that was a tight matchup in the first half. Central York prevailed, ended up winning, I believe, 70-52 over Susky. And they play tonight against Eastern York, so it's going to be another tough matchup. There's a lot of familiar faces in the crowd here tonight. It's probably going to be a standing room only type of venue, and this is exactly what we do the games for.
Now, on West York's side, let's talk about the West York Bulldogs. One of their leading scorers, David McGladry, he's a player that's going to have to get started tonight in a big way facing this Bearcats offense.
Yeah, and a lot of people know that, your guys, starting five are a very talented starting five, strong team, can go very far in the districts as well. So, York High doesn't go really deep on the bench, but their starting five is probably, top tier guys in the state of Pennsylvania.
Well, let's talk about it. David Ward, Jazeer Vega, Amarian Newsom. You know a few of the other players.
Joel Tucker, Davion Littert. So, and they got Amari Davis coming off the bench as well. And like I said, West York is a very, very good coach team by Coach Bull. These guys know how to win. They play team ball. Don't really have a star player, but they know how to get the job done. And it should be a really good game tonight.
By the way, they're defending county champs. Want to emphasize that tonight. Also, look for their big man, Javon DeShields, 6'5", big man in the middle for West York Bulldogs tonight.
Yeah, it should be a really good matchup. And let's even talk about the girls' game that we have coming tomorrow with the girls' game.
And want to remind the fans that are tuned in, it's a full slate of games for Sports Shooting Stars. We're with you tonight, tomorrow night, and then the county championships Thursday and Friday night. So settle in with Sports Shooting Stars. As my broadcast partner mentioned, the girls' action will be right here tomorrow night, too.
Well, speaking of such, Central York versus DeLone Catholic. Now, that's a really, really good matchup that's going to be featured here tonight. Central York 21-2.
Well, between the two teams, they've only had 3 losses.
Only 3 losses.
40 wins. Something has to give between that main event matchup tomorrow. I mean, it's really going to – you talk about main event match. We have them all around here.
Absolutely.
And then let's not forget the backyard brawl of sorts between Dallastown and Redline.
Yeah.
They split their series this year, each team winning at their home. This game will be here on the neutral site.
That's a great matchup, great feature for the county playoffs. And just want to add on as well, DeLone Catholic is on a 21-game win streak, so they're red hot. The girls, we had a chance to watch them play
New Oxford
against New Oxford. They were rolling, had a really good game. But you got to keep an eye out for Redline as well. When they go against Dallas, Grace Macer.
Macer, yeah, 21 points, 7 threes. I mean, she was on fire. She was hot. Can that carry over tomorrow against Dallastown? I can say if she's shooting like that tomorrow, she's going to make life difficult for Dallastown.
Yeah, and she leads the league for girls in threes, so she was doing exactly what she's supposed to do. And we're about 7 minutes away from tip-off. We're going to go ahead and get ready, go back up to the booth. Hey, we're going to tell all the fans, please, if you can, come out to the game. There's still some room here, still a lot of seats here. If you can't make it to the game, you can definitely watch it. If you see it online, please share it on your page, show support. We appreciate that. It took a lot for us to get these semi games. You know, it cost some money.
Sweating bullets near the end here, no pun intended.
We made it work. Big shout out to all our sponsors. We're going to be talking about the sponsors throughout the game.
Let's at least acknowledge them right now before we make our way up to the broadcast booth. Apple Automotive, in partnership with our friend Jesse Ferber, Jay Gittinger of Lamar Advertising Company, Becky Rill of Your Medicare Solutions with Keith and Becky Rill, Inch & Company Sports with John and Jeff Inch, John Turpak and Ron Johnson of S3 Performance Training, and last but not least, Integrity First Home Buyers with Eric Brewer, all stepped up in a big way to allow these games to be broadcasted, and we appreciate the support, as I'm sure the fans do as well, as they're settling in with their bottled water and popcorn tonight.
When you get to the counters, you got fans from far and near, from here to over there watching the game. So really appreciate our sponsors stepping up and helping us get this game on TV. And we are doing the girls game tomorrow, and we will be doing the girls championship game as well as the boys championship game. Yeah, so it's 4 days of basketball.
4 days of basketball. It's a February frenzy. The boys championship game, want to remind the fans, will be held here Thursday night, and then Friday night the girls take center stage right here at York Tech Fieldhouse. A full week of basketball. So settle in with Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the games to you.
All right, see you guys soon.
Welcome back, sports fans. It's Todd Edwards along with my broadcast partner, Dude Jones, Sports Shooting Stars, behind the camera tonight, working Valentine's Day. Belinda Morales is here working the camera, and we thank you for tuning in tonight as we are just really moments away from player introductions as both teams to continue to warm up in front of us here tonight. First matchup, big one tonight, York High and West York. And as we mentioned in our pregame show, the winner of this game plays the winner of Central York and Eastern York, which will follow this game at approximately 7:30 tip-off scheduled for a doubleheader of action here tonight. And then, of course, tomorrow night, the girls will take center stage here at York Tech Fieldhouse as Red Lion battles Dallastown, and then a big matchup between DeLone Catholic and the Central York Lady Panthers, all taking place right here. Pop out, pop in with Sports Shooting Stars. And as the team captains meet to talk with the officials here, it's playoff basketball. And then, of course, once the county championships are finished, district action will take place, too. As I mentioned earlier during our pregame show, it's a February frenzy of action here with high school basketball right through the month of February.
And Todd, I can't say enough about this gym. This gymnasium is probably the best in York County, if not around central Pennsylvania. It's a great venue. I'm glad they have it here for the teams, and it should be a great matchup. And just a great atmosphere as well.
It's spacious. There's plenty of room inside this venue. Great video screens on both sides of the court, and just a wonderful venue to broadcast a game as well. As we are high atop here, the field house. I want to welcome our viewers from Phoenix, Arizona that are watching. I'm sure it's maybe a little warmer there, but although temperatures reach the mid-50s here in York, Pennsylvania, it's been very spring-like from time to time here in York, Pennsylvania. I'm very thankful for that, not to have that winter weather here. But
absolutely. Big shout out to David tuning in from Arizona.
From the desert.
From York County as well. So we know David very well.
Well,
quarterback guru.
Yeah, you mentioned, our reach here just isn't within the YAIAA. Lots of times we have various family and friends of these players watching from across the country, and for that matter, around the world.
Absolutely.
That tune into Sports Shooting Stars.
And the fans will notice this particular game between West York and York High, this game is solely sponsored by Apple Automotive tonight. Our second feature with Central York versus Eastern, we have a bevy of sponsors what we're talking about. You'll see more of their contact information at our lower third, but this game in particular is solely sponsored by Apple Automotive. Big shout out to them.
Yeah, they're located at 1801 Whiteford Road right here in York, Pennsylvania. If you're maybe looking for an automobile, maybe this is the year to buy a new or used vehicle, well, check out Apple Automotive in partnership with our friend Jesse Ferber.
Yeah, Jesse Ferber did a lot, last minute to make sure these games, at least this West York game got on TV. So big shout out to Jesse Ferber. If you see him, he's one of the coaches over at West York, and sometimes one of our guest commentators with Sports Shooting Stars the last couple years. So big shout out to Jesse Ferber and for his help, and as well as all the sponsors. We'll be talking about the other sponsors in the second game, but all the sponsors that came through, big shout out to you guys. We really appreciate all the effort and all the love that you guys show us.
A big thank you from Sports Shooting Stars, and I probably would extend a thank you from our fans and viewers that are tuned in, so they can sit in the comfort of their own home and watch tonight's action. A double feature tonight, and then we'll be back on the air tomorrow with the girls. A double feature tomorrow, and then the county championship boys game will be played this Thursday night, followed by the girls game Friday night. 4 nights of basketball with Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the games to you. And again, we'll turn it over to the public address announcer here at the York Tech Fieldhouse.
And as the fans can see, they're looking at the Jumbotron as they give some information about the game before the game starts.
Some PSA messages being afforded to the fans in attendance here tonight as the fans continue to file in.
And that's the end of that PSA announcement. And West York is about to be introduced. You can see Braden Detz being introduced. And it's a good atmosphere for the younger kids as well. Well, I'll talk after the introductions. You can hear the York High fans, they're excited.
I'm trying to figure out who has the stronger fan base here. It seems pretty split to me.
Well,
here,
think about it. York High and West York is only about 2 miles away from each other, so.
About it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. And gentlemen, kindly remove your hats in respect for our national anthem.
Right.
There you have it, the playing of our national anthem here in front of a rather raucous crowd. I'll just leave it at that here, dude, because
absolutely.
I have a feeling during the course of this game, it's going to get very loud here tonight. It looks as if the West York student section, it's a whiteout for them.
It is. And they're going to get loud. Their student section is very loud, so you'll hear about them the whole time during the game. As long as this game stays a close contest, you'll be hearing the sixth man over there, and that's the student body of West York.
York High fan base is here in attendance.
We
spoke to some fans pregame. They're equally as excited. Again, it should be great matchup and great fan response here.
Oh,
in-house
absolutely.
Here at the
And I know a lot of the fans were waiting for us to see if we were going to post this game or not. I was on my phone. I did as much as we can do in the last 24 to 48 hours to get this game on. A lot of help from the sponsors, a lot of parents, and people that reached out. We really appreciate it. It gives the student athletes a bigger platform to showcase what they do, and that's what we're doing it for the kids. So really appreciate everyone that even if you had an interest of sponsoring, we appreciate that. And now it's time for the game time. And this is an interesting matchup right here. Javon DeShields
and Amari Newsom.
Amari
and Blake
Newsom.
Knowles now with the ball. West York in their blue jerseys with white numbers, moving left to right in the TV screen. And rather quickly, Jacob Knisley with 2 points.
Crazy loud in here tonight, Todd. Great bucket to start the game off. Quick 2 points to start the game. And York High has the ball with Jasir Vega controlling everything. Number 3 out the pups.
Deep 3 by Vega.
Short.
Last touch by Bearcat David Ward, who recently picked up a Division I scholarship to play football for the University of Charlotte. But right now it's all basketball action here from York Tech Fieldhouse.
Well, you look at the starting 5 for York High. Any one of those guys can go high D1 or D2. So, they have a lot of talent in their starting 5. It's going to take a lot of teamwork and effort from West York to get the dub.
McLaddery baseline.
Bit
Did
short.
not fall.
That's
For the put-in.
and with the style after the put-in. But York High is okay playing from behind. They score points in bunches. That's not a problem for York High, and that's probably the most deadliest weapon right there. Joel Tucker.
Drains it for 3. You mentioned it too. Well, Tucker with a big 3.
Well, Joel's had 28 points last game.
Picking up right where he left off against York Catholic last
One
week.
thing I think Joel's doesn't give enough credit for is his defense. He gets a lot of steals, a lot of fast breaks. If he gets one tonight, expect a big-time dunk.
And there.
As you can see, but that's what he does. He anticipates the passing lanes and gets those steals, so expect him to stay aggressive.
And a foul called. 6:35 to go here in the first quarter. West York up by 1, 4-3.
West York has to play a very patient game with York High. York High likes to run and get up and down the court and score in bunches. They have to play a patient game. You got to play a better game than they did a couple days ago against Downtown, where they only scored 35 points.
Yeah, I mentioned in our pregame show, points were at a premium, the 35-29. It was a very low-scoring affair at Red Lion. I got a feeling West York's going to need more than 35 points if they want to prevail against this
They're having
York
trouble
High
getting the
Bearcat.
ball in. That's a turnover.
And that's a turnover. Vega now with the ball in transition. Kick
out
out to David Ward. Off the iron.
And David Ward has been so consistent this year with hitting that side three-pointer. Has around 33s this year so far. McLandry with the ball. They're looking to get the ball to Javion DeShields. He was open.
Braden Detz with a bucket. 4 points for Braden Detz.
Just want to add, Javon DeShields is going deep in the paint every time, trying to boxing out, trying to get the ball. So keep an eye on that matchup.
Leonard with 2. His first points tonight.
Davion Leonard, he has the green light on offense to do what he wants.
Oh, and a bump of the bodies there between Braden Detz and David Ward as both head to the hardwood.
Well, they're showing their physicality. They're showing how physical it can be out here in the game, and they want to set the tone. So that's what you're seeing so far. Some physicality and guys that's trying to set the tone.
Down low to DeShields. As you mentioned, that matchup, Newsom and DeShields. Deep 3 by Detz off the iron. Rebound by DeShields.
DeShields did a great job with the rebound. Like to see him go back up with the ball. It's a pick and roll action going on. Didn't happen. McLandry
For 3 and sinks it. He's another player to keep an eye on for West York if he's able to get in the flow.
And it's louder here. I don't know. As we said again, we don't know if it's West York or York High here right now, but it's super loud. Putts with the ball, driving. That's
Down
a dunk.
low to Newsom with the dunk.
And that's exactly what they need to do.
Newsom, his first points in tonight's game.
West York has to stay home, but it's very tough to stay home against a team like York High because they like to dribble, drive, and penetrate. But if they don't stay home, then Omari's going to have a good
drive to
game.
the net, McLaddery's shot off the rim. West York will maintain possession as the fans continue to file in here at the York Tech Fieldhouse.
As we know, it's going to be a standing room only. It's a great venue, probably the best in York County or really central Pennsylvania. Should be a great atmosphere. Javon DeShields with the ball deep in the post. Short.
McLadry there. Blake Knowles now kick out.
And so far, West York has been dominant on the boards.
And a turnover there will be Bearcats' possession. Bearcat in their white jerseys, moving right to left, down by 2, 9-7, with just under 4.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. From York Tech Fieldhouse, you're watching Sports Shooting Stars. Dude Jones, Todd Edwards.
And you can see West York is set up in a zone. And that's a careless turnover. Joel Tucker, once he gets to the elbow of the free throw line, that's a shot he wants to take. He scores a lot of points, as we just said. Had 28 points last game, rated number 3 on our power list that we had about a week ago. Another careless turnover.
Incredible atmosphere here tonight. We thank you for tuning in. Tucker brings the ball up.
You got to kind of get those jitters out to start the game. West York in the 2-3 zone. Jacier Vega for 3.
Vega for 3. In and out of the bucket.
And that foul was on number 42, Jake Nisley. That's not
6'3" junior for West York. Will send Vega to the charity stripe. Vega looking for his first points tonight. Bearcats down by 2, 9-7, 3:38 remaining in the opening quarter from York Tech Fieldhouse.
They can hear the student body from West York trying to rattle Jacier Vega at the line.
Trying is the operative word right now, and Vega makes his first potentially 2 shots here. Now down by 1, 9-8. And he was fouled at the 3-point,
yep.
So he'll have a 3rd shot here.
And that was a great defensive play from West York. Just that foul at the end. You don't want to foul a guy like Jacier Vega. That almost was a 4-point play. But now he's at the line, getting it the hard way. Knocked down the first 2. Knocked down the 3rd. Giving York High the lead for the first time in this game at 10-9.
9 with just over 3.5 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. West York with the ball. Jake Nisley down low to DeShields.
Javon DeShields matched up against Amari Newsom. David McLadry to the bucket, drops the ball.
And a scramble for the ball. It's like a jump ball.
It's getting a little chippy down there, Todd.
I would expect that. It's playoff basketball, semifinal action. The winner of this game punches their ticket to the county championship for the boys, which will be played here Thursday night at 7 p.m. Tucker now bringing the ball up court for the Bearcats. York High 10, West York 9 with just over 3 minutes remaining. York High being patient here offensively. Davion Leonard drives to the back bucket, in and out of the rim. Braden Detz with the ball for West York, matched up against David Ward. And a travel called on Braden Detz, who leads all scorers tonight with 4 points. 2:45 remaining here in the opening quarter. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the games to you tonight. This is our first of 2 games tonight, followed by Eastern York and Central York. Tip-off scheduled for tentatively 7:30 tonight in our doubleheader. As Davion Leonard brings the ball up, matched up David McLadry. Baseline Tucker shot, overshot the net. Rebounded by the Bearcats. And now the Bearcats slowing the game down here a bit as time continues to tick here in the opening quarter. Deep three off the rim. Rebound by David Ward. Nice couple rebounds for David Ward. Tucker loses the ball. West York now. Be West York's possession here with 1:50 to go. As Braden Detz brings the ball up for West York. A three-point attempt by McGladdery. Detz now down low for the cleanup and the foul. Six points now for Braden Detz, 6'2" senior, now at the charity stripe for a possible three-point play with 1:30 remaining. Puts the Bulldogs up 11-10.
I tell you what, Braden Detz started this game off very aggressive and trying to get to the bucket. He's not going to be. He already has 7 points so far in the first quarter.
7 points, yeah, exactly, dude. And right now a 2-point lead for West York, 12-10.
And York High being very patient. I've seen this from York High towards the end of the quarter. They want to hold the ball and get the best shot, and not a lot of shots. They want to get a quality shot. Seen York High implement this throughout the season towards the end, and that's something that Coach Gallen wants to see the kids, that they can play a slower game if they have to.
And we've had the pleasure to broadcast a few York High Bearcats games this season. A deep three by Vega and sinks it. Jacer Vega now with 6 points, leads all Bearcat scorers. Just over 30 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Bearcats up by 1, 13-12.
And that's David Ward, probably the defensive specialist.
Timeout called by West York head coach Garrett Bull. And rather wisely with 27.5 seconds remaining.
When you got a guy like David Ward all over you, a football player, but also can play basketball, as you can see, has around 33 so far in this season. He's knocking it down. He's a defensive specialist. There's a lot of things that David's going to do that's not going to hit the stat sheet, but I said it before, him and Amari are probably the glue to the team as far as being consistent, and without them, man, you just don't win games.
And a timeout. Want to remind the fans, leading scorer for both teams, Braden Detz with 7 points. Jazier Vega leads all Bearcat scorers with 6 points. And timeout in the court. Want to remind the fans, we're going to have the second feature tonight as Central York will play Eastern York. And then we'll be back on the air tomorrow for another double feature with Sports Shooting Stars as the girls take center stage here at the York Tech Fieldhouse as Dallastown plays Red Lion and DeLone Catholic and Central York. What a matchup of games. You mentioned a bevy of games that we have on the
four boys matchups, the 4 boys matchups and the 4 girls matchups. I mean, it's must-see TV. The best teams in our county going at it.
Final 4.
Yeah, it's no flukes out there. These all teams are very good. I want to remind the fans, West York is the reigning champions, the YAIAA county champions.
So they're looking for back-to-back titles.
They've been here before. Great backdoor.
McGladdery down baseline and a travel call.
And that's a nice call. That's an accurate call from the referee. Don't know the referees' names, but these guys, I see them all the time.
We do, yeah.
Got years in.
And I believe at this level, they get the best of the best to come out here to manage these games the best they can.
And they want a quick shot. Davion Litters down the bucket. Just kind of force the issue. And that's what Davion likes to do. He can, as we know, he can dunk. He can dunk the ball, but he likes to go down full speed downhill and get right up to the rim. And a lot of people can't meet him at the rim. So if he gets an opportunity, expect him to do something with it.
And right now he's at the charity stripe.
With no time on the clock. Davion short on the first. Bearcats holding on to a 1-point lead, 13-12 in the first quarter.
It's been everything we've expected so far here.
Loud, physical.
Quarter. Tight game. And we've arrived at the end of the first quarter with your score. York High 13, West York 12. Do your thoughts on the first quarter here?
Well, what I can say, West York came out, aggressive, putting points on the board. York High responded as we know they will, and it's just been a back and forth affair so far in the first quarter. Very good matchup, everything we wanted to see, and as the fans can see now, the York High cheerleaders out there doing their thing.
Entertaining the fans here, and it's
a lot of talent.
House.
A lot of talent.
They put in just as much of an effort as the athletic sports teams do.
Want to give a big shout out, absolutely, to the cheerleaders on both teams when they come out there and do their thing. All recognized as student athletes. That's what Sports Shooting Stars is all about. So.
And we'd like to thank our lone sponsor for tonight's game, Apple Automotive, in partnership with our friend Jesse Ferber. They're located at 1801 Whiteford Road, right here in York, Pennsylvania, 17402. You can contact them at 717-755-2911 or check them out online at www.applefordyork.com. Maybe it's a new year. Maybe you're looking for a new vehicle or a used vehicle. Check out Apple Automotive for all your choices with vehicles.
Also want to give a shout out to Jesse Ferber's company, Prestige Motor Cars of York, located on Susquehanna Trail, one of our former sponsors. Jesse was an intricate part of.
Started the second quarter.
And the difference with West York, they go a little deeper on their bench. They have about 7, 8 guys they go to. York only goes about 6. West York's a deeper team, so they'll have fresh legs coming in the fourth quarter. Don't know how much that's going to affect, but we have 2 really good coaches between West York's Garrett Bull and also York High's Clovis Gallen.
McGladdery with the ball.
David McGladdery. And that's a touch foul against Davion Leonard. That's his first foul of the game.
Baseline,
McGladdery to the bucket.
And the bucket.
Tough play from McGladdery.
It's 7 points for David McGladdery, and he's a player for West York that needs to get on a roll. He gets on a roll,
good.
Scores 20, 30 points.
He's a good player. Really, very solid, gives you a little bit of everything. David open again. That time short. And York High needs to have Amari Newsom and their guys get rebounds. And I said that early in the first quarter. West York so far has been controlling the board.
And a steal. David Ward now with the ball going to the net and fouled by Braden Detz as he.
And that's a good, hard basketball foul. He was going for the ball. It wasn't a hack per se. I think he was shooting, but it looks like they're going to call it on the floor. Hey, it's the county playoffs. You got to get a little physical.
On the line here. This is where stars are made, right, too?
And next is the district, so they got to get ready. Joel Tucker.
Tucker off the iron.
And that's a rebound that York High desperately needed. They haven't controlled the boards at all in this game. Tucker to the bucket.
And there's the dunk.
Wow.
His second dunk.
Wow. Big time dunk.
Called by head coach Clovis Gallen.
Amari Newsom's getting off the muscle, getting those rebounds, and just tipping it back in. That's almost looks like a 2K play, 2K23 play off the rebound.
4 points, 2 big dunks by Amari and Newsom.
I don't know if you can hear it.
Up by 1 right now, 16-15, but this is a back-and-forth matchup. Just kind of what we expected and hoped for here.
Oh, absolutely. And that big-time dunk was right what York High needed. As you said again, they haven't really been very dominant on the boards, but they can see they can get the rebounds that they box out and attack the boards. Amari Newsom, 6'7", senior, wide body, can jump. That's 2 dunks already to start the game. 4 points total. And York High still down by 1, but that momentum is starting to build a little bit, and I think that's the reason why Coach Bull called a timeout.
West York with the ball. Just over 6 minutes remaining before halftime here at York Tech Fieldhouse. The semifinal matchup between West York and York High. Braden Detz drives to the net.
And West York is doing it by committee. Everybody's getting touches. Haven't seen Javon DeShields so far get the ball in the paint. He's been boxing out, and posting real low, trying to get the ball. Hasn't got the ball as of yet. But everybody else from West York is doing a great job. But that's Javon's job against Amari DeShields. I'm sorry, Amari Newsome, is to box him out, because we know Amari can get on the boards and create a lot of havoc.
Yeah.
I said earlier, if you can get Amari around 8 to 14 points per game, then York High is probably going to walk away with a victory.
And checking in for York High, Amari Davis, as David Ward takes a breather.
It's a class-up big man battle between Javon and Amari. Don't see too many big men in our league, but they are it.
No, but it's nice to see it here tonight. Great matchup to keep an eye on.
And checking
number
in the
12
game
for York High, Newsom, number 35 to Shields.
And they were pretty much daring Amari Davis to shoot that three, and he did. Amari Davis also a transfer from West York, so he's familiar with both ball clubs.
And I think the student body is as well.
They
were
are
heckling him there on that shot.
The student body and their bar stools, man, they're relentless. And West York just has to play their game. Can't keep up with an athletic team.
There's the Shields down low.
And that was a great quick move from the Shields. Didn't get a chance to knock down a shot, but did enough to get his own rebound, and that's going to send him to the line. He can get his first points of the night.
Yes, looking.
Shooting two.
Been quiet for the Shields so far, but there's still plenty of game here left. The Shields misses his first shot. We'll see if he can make up for it here on his second attempt.
Absolutely, got to knock down these free throws. So crucial in games like this where.
He does. See, Luke Hoffman is in for West York, along with his brother Grady Hoffman.
Twins.
Yes,
twins.
Sophomores for West York.
Hoffman.
Nice move by Vega off the iron.
Big time rebound
by the Shields. Now West York brings the ball up court.
And we often talk about that. How cool is it to play basketball at the high school level with your brother? I know that has to be an amazing feeling.
Yeah, as teammates, or as you saw this past weekend, the Kelsey brothers played against each
Absolutely.
other in the Super Bowl.
And he gave up his dribble a little early. Open for three.
Dets for three. Overshot. Will be York High's possession with 4:45 to go.
Not mad at Dets for taking that three. He's been pretty much scoring a lot of points for West York so far. So when he's open, he's going to take that look. Didn't get a chance to knock it down, but still good shot.
Yeah, Brady
nonetheless.
leads all scorers with 8 points.
Joshua Vega.
Thinking about a three-point shot, puts it up. The backboard misses.
And again, York High is not getting any rebounds. Besides those tip-ins, they're not getting many rebounds at all. West York, a smaller team, but getting the rebounds and those second-chance opportunities.
Dets with the ball, drives to the net. And the put.
Wow. We just said something about Dets.
Nice move. That's 10 points.
Kind of Michael Jordan-ish the way he palmed the ball.
Oh, and a push there by Davion
Then he turns around
Leonard.
and then Dets turns around and get an offensive call. He's on fire right now, and he's feeling it.
And shows this West York fan base here tonight. Enjoying every moment. A 5-point lead for the Bulldogs, 20-15 over the Bearcats. 4:10 remaining. Will be West York's possession.
I often say, Todd, when you get going on defense, it just helps out the offense. And right now, Braden Dets is on both sides of the ball. He's on fire right now. He's feeling it. It's a pick and roll, looking.
Hoffman with the ball.
And West York just taking their time, running the offense. McGladry. And that's what you get from Joel Tucker, the scrappiness and the steal.
The York High's possession here, a jump ball.
I believe that was a jump ball, Todd.
Believe they said, it's West York's possession. Yeah.
And Davion Leonard goes to the bench to take a rest. As we've seen, these guys, York High can score points in bunches. Them playing down is no problem to them. Joel Tucker can take pretty much anybody off the dribble. David
Deep
Ward for
by
three.
Ward off the iron, and there's Newsom with the rebound. The kick
And that's
out
a
to
crucial
Davis.
three that they desperately needed. I'm sorry, crucial rebound that they desperately needed it.
You mentioned that earlier. Picked one up there on that play.
Well, I believe that's the reason why West York is up right now, is because
Maury Davis drives to the net, misses, much to the delight of the student section here at West York.
and West York is up right now because of the rebounds. They're getting second chance opportunities. That's the name of the game. The team that has the most rebounds normally wins the game. Hoffman with the look. And West York's going to retain possession.
Yeah. 3 minutes even here in the second quarter. West York 20, York High 15.
Like to see Luke Hoffman when he's in there and having those opportunities. Like to see him shoot the ball once he get open. He did a great job of creating some space. He has to knock down that shot once he gets that opportunity.
McGladdery thought about a three. Now a jump shot off the iron. Rebound by Newsom. Tucker. Great concentration.
That's where he likes to play at. Tucker likes to play downhill in transition, so he's comfortable. He may look like he's out of control, but he's in total control of his body. He knows how to score. West York has their opportunities to kind of extend this lead, but York High's doing a great job, getting the rebounds and coming back down the court. Joshua Vega out to David Ward. And that was a nice pump fake. And that's another one for Braden Detz.
Yeah, Braden Detz.
He's laying it all on the line.
He is.
Using his body to create turnovers is something else.
He may be a little sore tomorrow. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's laying it on the line. He's a senior. He's confident. He's been in this situation before last year when West York won the championship. Javon DeShields deep in the post.
That matchup with
Space.
Newsom and the hook and put in.
That's what they want. That's what West York likes to see.
Timeout called on the court with 2:23 to go. Javon DeShields with 3 points.
And extends the Bulldogs lead right now. West York 22, York High 15.
And you can see West York student body, their fans are really excited. York High just have to buckle down and get back on track. As I said again, I'm never worried about York High being down by 8 or 9 points because the way they score their points, they get it in transition. They're defensive specialists, and they have probably the premier starting five, at least in our county, and they can chip back into this at any time.
Yeah, and remind the fans that are tuned in, West York looking for their back-to-back title here. County champions last year, looking to add a little more medal this year. And one of these teams will punch their way to the finals, which will be held here this coming Thursday. Tip-off scheduled for 7 p.m. as we bring the game to you this Thursday for boys action, followed by the girls at Friday night.
Absolutely. This game is strictly on YouTube tonight. It's not on Comcast cable channel 18 like it normally is. Strictly online and on our Facebook like page. But if you see it on YouTube, please share it to your friends on Facebook. We really appreciate that. The more people that's watching, the better.
Well, this is certainly worthy of viewing tonight. Great matchups this Tuesday night, part of February Frenzy for sports shooting stars.
And
Coming off the
interesting.
timeout now, York High with the possession.
Interesting enough, Davion Litter still on the bench. York High's down by 7 points. They're going to rely heavily on Joel Tucker and also Amari Newsom. And you can't forget Joshua Vega, the senior, the All-American nominee senior. David Ward had a couple looks at the three-point line. Great job.
Jock Jean Baptiste in now for York High. Will be West York's possession.
Don't always see Baptiste in the game, but he comes in, he plays a lot of JV, comes in and gives them a lot of energy and effort. Like to see him get some time, especially in a county playoff game like this.
Number 10 for York High. Overthrew his intended receiver.
And the
there,
crucial thing
42,
for
Jake
West
Nicely.
York, I'm sorry, Todd. I'm sorry, but the crucial thing for West York is to limit their turnovers. You got to lead against a team like York High. Can't turn the ball over. If anything, grind the clock out, go into halftime with the lead.
Well, you have a 7-point lead right now for West York. They want to maintain that, but right now, Bearcats possession under 2 minutes before halftime.
And it looks like West York is in a man-to-man. They started off in a 2-3, and it looks like they're comfortable with going man-to-man with York High. And York High is very tough to beat in man-to-man. David Ward thought about that three because he missed two earlier, but he needs to knock it down when he's open. He's that type of shooter.
Tucker drives to the net and the put in. 5 points, Jules Tucker. As McLattery drives to the net.
And that's a big-time block from Martin Newson. Tucker in transition.
There's David Ward for the quick
with the foul.
David Ward's first points tonight, and a foul called.
David Ward being very patient, running the lanes. Great pass from Joel Tucker. He's a downhill guy. We know that he can score buckets fast, but that was a great job getting the ball to his teammate for the easy score.
And the possible and one here for David Ward, as I mentioned earlier, a sophomore for York High, plays football for the Bearcats, picked up Division I scholarship to the University of Charlotte.
Also, our breakout star player for football this year had a great season.
And he's had a great season on the court as well.
And they got to get that ball across the half-court line. I don't know if they're going to get it across. And that's a steal. Being too patient with the ball.
59.9 seconds to go,
And again, West York is doing a great job with the rebounds, but doing a terrible job with the turnovers. They can extend this lead, or at least keep the lead, if they can limit their turnovers. But give a lot of credit to York High for going after the ball. That's what they like to do. Deep three
by Tucker to tie it. Big shot.
And that's a shot that ties the game up.
8 points for Giles Tucker. With that shot, as you mentioned, things are knotted up here with under a minute to go before halftime. And a trap there with Braden Datz.
As we said earlier, York High has no problem playing down. They score points in bunches. They were just down by 7 points literally a minute ago, and already it's a tie game.
Braden Datz sent to the charity stripe, has 10 points, leads all scorers tonight. With 39.9 seconds remaining.
Braden's been having a really, really good first half so far. Also on our list of top 25 power players so far this season, Braden Datz with 11 points. Could have 12 with this shot.
Make it 12, And Braden Datz stepping up big time here for West York tonight.
Expect York High not to give the ball back to West York. They're looking for one good shot. Right now, the matchup, the mismatch may be with Joshua Vega with the ball in his hand.
Matched up there against Blake Knowles, number 33 for West York, the senior. And as you mentioned, York High seems to tend to hold the ball here for the final shot before halftime.
And that's who they want to get the ball to. And if they get off their feet, they're going to get the ball to a Martin Newson.
Tucker jump shot, sinks it.
And that may be a delay of game call. Great shot from Joel Tucker, but I think that might be a delay of game call against David Ward. After the shot, he kind of held the ball for about 2 seconds.
And I believe Bull's calling for a timeout. Men in stripes are in deliberation here right now. The clock reads 0, but right now, when the score tied up 24-24.
They might put like 0.9.
There was a delay of game warning, and
they might put a 0.9 on the shot clock. I'm not sure.
We'll see if it's just as exciting as last week, the big bank shot by Meekin.
Christopher Meekin with the half-court bank shot.
Datz throws it up, and it's short.
Hey, it was on target. Not too bad. Hey, what can you expect? Hey, what do you expect? 24-24. York High versus West York going into halftime. Evenly matched game. It's been great so far.
It's been awesome. It's been great. Tied up 24-24. Leading scorer for York High with 10 points, Joel Tucker. And Braden Datz for West York, leading scorer with 12 points. We've arrived at halftime here at York Tech Fieldhouse as some fans are going to stretch their legs out. And maybe head to the concession stands. Want to remind the fans that are tuned in tonight, our lone sponsor for this game, Apple Automotive, in partnership with our friend Jesse Ferber. They're located at 1801 Whiteford Road, right here in York, Pennsylvania, 17402. You can contact them at 717-755-2911 or simply reach out online at www.applefordyork.com. This is the year maybe you're looking to purchase an automobile. Well, check out Apple Automotive's inventory right here in York.
Absolutely. And we have a bevy of sponsors for the second game. So you'll hear us read off a few more sponsors in the second game. For this game, as Todd said earlier, this is just sponsored by Apple Automotive. Big shout out to them and everything that Jesse Ferber did to help us get this game on TV and online.
Of course, our second game tonight is going to feature York High Eastern York and Central York. Yeah, York High is in the locker room now at halftime, facing off with West York. But our second game right now in front of us, and as you can see, Eastern York coming out to warm up along with Central York.
And that's going to be an amazing matchup as well, Todd. The bigs match up very well. The whole team matches up very well with each other. They don't see each other quite often. As we often say, Central comes in starting 2 freshmen and a very young team. Like I said, all sophomores on the team and 1 junior. So, it should be very interesting and see how that works. Well, let me not say all seniors on that team because you have Ethan Dotson. Got injured earlier in the season with a wrist injury. Has been out since Game 5. So, not having that senior leadership, they still did a good job of bouncing back and playing hard. Gave other guys opportunities to step up, like a Ryan Brown Jr. or Brooklyn Nace, and they've been doing a great job.
For that team, yes, that have had significant minutes. You mentioned the bigs, Battle of the Bigs. Ben Rill, Greg Gittinger matched up with Andrew Bosman, and of course Carter Walmsley for Eastern York. It's a big matchup to keep an eye on in our second game tonight, which is tentatively set to start at 7:30.
Yeah.
Following the first game again between West York and York High. It's all tied up 24-24. It's been really everything we hoped for and expected tonight.
Crazy thing about that game, in the first half is, West York controlled the rebounds. They were up by 7 points, but York High doing what they do, playing great defense, got right back into the game. Joel Tucker, they put Davion Litter on the bench. I think it was foul trouble. I believe he had 2 fouls, so they put him on the bench, and Joel knew it was his time. Did a great job of, scoring the last, 5 points, getting some steals, getting David Ward involved as well, and, just kind of controlling the tempo for the team, and, York High's right back in it. It's all about the second half is all about adjustments. What type of adjustments that, both the coaches see that they want to implement into the game, and that's going to be crucial into winning, walking away with a victory.
To whoever punches their ticket into the finals, which will be played here this Thursday night at 7 p.m. tip-off. Of course, the winner of York High and West York plays the winner of Eastern York and Central York. And some matchups that we're not used to seeing in the regular season, but when we reach counties or potentially districts, it makes for some great matchups, some unique matchups.
Well, that's what makes it so sweet in the counties, because you see teams that don't normally see each other from Division I, Division II, or Division III just kind of go up against each other. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. And also, like I said, you see Ethan Dotson out there for Central York. He is warming up. He can shoot the ball, but I don't think he can have any contact. But he did sign his letter of intent to University of Widener College or University of Widener. I'm not 100% sure, but that's where he'll be playing his college ball at. Ethan Dotson, like I said, senior for Central York, went down Game 5, and been pretty much in rehab since then.
Has to be kind of disappointing for Ethan to be injured in his senior year.
Absolutely.
And may hope to come back in the districts or state run if Central kind of gets on that run and maybe advances.
Well, even on the eastern side, they have a kid, Avant King. He's been injured throughout the year. I believe he ACL tear, and he's been rehabbing that. That's a very long injury. He's been rehabbing that, so he should be back at some point in time. I don't know about this year, but maybe next year. But he was a freshman last year, did a great job in the county playoffs, hit some big shots, played some good defense. And, without him on the court, Eastern loses a little bit of that, stretch perimeter player that can guard any guard.
settle in tonight. A double feature here with Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the games to you this Valentine's Day. And thank you for making a date with Sports Shooting Stars tonight.
Absolutely. We're going to go ahead and take about a 5-minute break, and we'll be back for the second half of the game.
I've been asked why, and asked why right now. You know, and I've been asked that question a lot lately. Why bring this kind of facility to York County? And every day I'm reminded more and more of what our world needs is unity and coming together, and a central location where everyone can put the stresses of their life away, come in where they're all accepted, no matter what skill level, what age you are, where you're from. When you come through the doors of our facility, we want to be all one unified community coming together to push each other to be the best people they can possibly be.
We're back, sports fans. Both teams have made their way back out from the locker room area as we are just moments away from the start of the third quarter here from York Tech Fieldhouse. In a tight one, all tied up 24-24 between West York and York High. Want to remind the fans that are tuned in, our double feature tonight we'll have Eastern York versus Central York. Tip-off for the second game, approximately 7:30 p.m. Down to the Final Four in boys action. Of course, the boys championship game will be played right here at York Tech on Thursday. Tip-off scheduled for 7 p.m. And Sports Shooting Stars will bring the game to you Thursday night. For that matter, all week, as we'll be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night for broadcast. Girls championship game will emanate from York Tech Fieldhouse this Friday. And we're underway. The start of the third quarter. York High now moving left to right on your TV screen. Deep three by Ward, misses. Rebound by Detz. West York with the ball. Their first possession here to start the second half. And just a turnover there. It'll be Bearcats ball. Vega leads his team up court.
If you're West York, you don't want to give York High too many opportunities to go up. They play really well up and they play really well down, so York High can do it either way, but you don't want to give them any momentum.
Davion Leonard's jump shot blocked.
And that's a foul against Braden Detz.
And a foul on Braden Detz. That's his second foul as it sends Davion Leonard to the charity stripe.
And that the fans can see, this is a standing room only game, and it's probably going to be some more people coming in for that Central York versus Eastern game.
As you mentioned, pop out or pop in, but
That's
now,
right. That's right.
If you're watching us at home, you may want to stay home for the second portion of the game and watch.
Very uncharacteristic for Davion Leonard. Missed 4 free throws so far in this game. He's usually a knockdown shooter.
And a steal by Davion Leonard. Bounce pass and a turnover. Back and forth we go.
And it's getting scrappy. And I can't say enough, man. The turnovers for West York is really going to end up hurting them in this game. They had a 7-point lead that they no longer have, and I believe it's from the turnovers. Not because of hustle or not because they're not getting rebounds. It's just simple turnovers.
York High with the possession. Davion Leonard.
Want to give a lot of credit to York High as well, being down by 7 points and having the resilience to stay calm and get back into the game. Didn't play their best first half, but they stayed calm and got back into the game. That's a kick out. And looking for David Ward in the corner. He's going to get that look. David Ward goes baseline to baseline. He knocks down those threes. Has 30 so far this season.
Jump shot by Leonard.
Javon DeShields with a much-needed rebound for West York. And if you look at West York, they don't have Mark Walker, so they don't have a really featured point guard.
But for West York tonight, it's been about Braden Detz and David McLattery. Their 1-2 punch in scoring tonight.
Like to see the ball get back down to Javon DeShields in the post. He did a great job in the first half, making a couple moves to get open. Like to see him get the ball again and have time to create. You don't want to kind of freeze him out. You want to keep him involved because he's not a guy that's going to have the ball outside the perimeter or outside the paint.
Mike Knowles with the ball.
And that's an entry pass, and that's what we just talked about.
DeShields baseline. Jump ball called.
And there's no points so far in this second half. A whole 3 minutes almost went by and no points.
Scoreless here to start the third quarter. McLattery baseline, his shot's blocked. Now York High in transition. Davion Leonard.
Out to David. Out. David thinks about it, cuts to the bucket.
And kind of like the Dallastown and West York game last week, points seem to be at a premium tonight in this game. Very uncharacteristic because we're used to seeing York High put up a lot of points with our broadcast this year. Newsom.
That's a nice play for York High. Didn't get a chance to finish it. And there's
Loses
another
the ball.
turnover.
Catch.
Now watch
it's
this
all
here.
Tucker with the
Showtime.
ball. Oh, and misses the dunk.
That won't happen too often,
Wow.
but Joel Tucker gets up like that. Won't happen too often.
And again, we're scoreless. Almost halfway through.
No
the third
points so
quarter.
far.
There's David McLattery, and he sinks it. Big
David
three.
McLadry hit that big-time three right in front of his student body.
He hits double digits with 10 points. And the first point scored here in the second half.
David McLadry already with 10 points.
Down low, Davion.
Foul on the play.
And that's a
York
good foul.
27-24 over York High with 4:26 to go here.
That's a really good take to the bucket for Davion Leonard. Not having his typical night, only has 2 points so far, but that's a good, strong take to the bucket. Send him throw. Uncharacteristic for Pups. 0 for 5 so far at the free throw line. He'll knock this one down.
Opportunity here.
He'll knock this one down. Short.
Off the rim, short on that shot. Now in transition, Blake Knowles loses his footing.
Is this another turnover?
Ball
West
turned
Short.
over to York High now. The kick out, Davion Leonard.
That's
Tucker
his shot.
for a deep three. Short.
And you wonder if West York struggles. As we said again, Mark Walker is out for West York. Point guard had an injury during the football season. He's their guard. And West York doesn't really have a true guard. They have some shooting guards, some 3s, 4s, and 5s. Wonder if that, is that Achilles heel for West York? Because York High likes to pick you up full court.
Well, right now West York has to lean on the combination of David McLattery and Braden Detz. Right now, West York moving the ball around offensively. That's Detz. Kick out to McLattery. And a turnover.
There's Davion Leonard, foul going to the net.
And Davion Leonard sent back to the charity stripe. 3:41 to go here in the third quarter. And the struggles continue for Davion Leonard at the charity stripe. A timeout call by West York head coach Garrett Bull with 3:41 remaining. West York holding on to a 3-point lead, 27-24. And it would be a good time to mention our lone sponsor for tonight's game, Apple Automotive, in partnership with our friend Jesse Ferber, located at 1801 Wyford Road, right here in York, Pennsylvania. You can contact them at 717-755-2911 or check out their website, www.applefordyork.com.
Want to give a shout out also to our guy Marcellus Gottwald, our sideline reporter. He's watching from afar, commenting on the live chat. We appreciate that.
And there's been a lot to chat about. How about in this game? The crowd. Both of the student sections battling back and forth here on who can get louder. And it's a rather raucous crowd here at the York Tech Fieldhouse, a standing room only crowd that just adds to the environment between these two schools. Davion sinks it. 3 points for Davion. Late Knowles for three. In and out of the bucket. McLattery down low for the cleanup. Will send Vega to the charity stripe. Jordan. Under 5 seconds remaining here. 1.1 second remaining. We'll see what West York can dial up here with 1.1 second to go. McLattery puts the ball up and misses the shot.
And we've arrived at the end of the third quarter with your score. West York 34, York High 34. Don't go anywhere, sports fans. It should be an entertaining fourth quarter.
Yeah, had an issue with the live, but we're still recording the game. We had to swap out batteries. We have a new camera, and that battery died really fast. Normally, you can get through 2 or 3 games with the same battery, but the score right now is 34-34 going into the fourth quarter of a highly contested matchup between two ball clubs. That's really good.
And if fans at home may doubt it, you just listen to this crowd. You can hear the energy inside the York Tech Fieldhouse.
Absolutely.
Want to remind the fans that we're going to have another game tonight. Yeah, Eastern York and Central York follows this matchup. Of course, the winner of this game plays the winner of our upcoming match again between Eastern York and Central York. That boys championship game will be played here this Thursday night. Tip-off scheduled for 7 p.m. as Sports Shooting Stars bring the games to you all week long. As we are moments away here from the start of the fourth quarter. It'll be York High's possession to start things off. The final 8 minutes of regulation.
And it's loud, 34-34, 8 minutes go. Winner.
And it's anyone's game here, dude.
Winner absolutely punches their ticket and goes to the county championship.
Will it be York High? Will it be West York? Tucker to the net and the put-in, the floater.
Gives York High a late game lead. And that quick foul is going to send.
Well, Tucker now with 12 points. Jets throws the ball deep down court.
Hoffman open. Big time rebound from Martin Newsom. York High in transition, going downhill. Kick out.
Vega thought about it. Now he's going to hold the ball here. Bearcats up by 2, 36-34. The Bearcats seem to be in no hurry here offensively to get a play off.
Up 2 points. Again, this is something that Coach Gallen has been doing throughout the season, slowing down the tempo for York High once they have a lead and teaching these guys how to score. Keep the lead once they're in. Once they're up, I'm sorry.
And a turnover by the Bearcats will give West York the possession. And there's Tucker with the steal and the put-in.
And York High set up in that trap.
14 points for Joel Tucker. And a turnover.
And right now, that defense from York High is starting to turn up. And I said again, not having those true point guards when York High starts to press shows the difference. That's what makes them so elite.
Davion Leonard with the ball, drives to the net. Sends Davion Leonard to the charity stripe. 3 points for Davion, looking to add to his point total tonight. .4 points and counting for Davion.
5 points and a 6-point lead now for York High, 40-34. The kick out to Blake Knowles for 3 off the iron. Davion drives to the net, kick out, and a turnover. West York's possession. Blake Knowles now with the ball. Back to Detz. Detz with the ball. Bounce pass down to Nisley. Shot misses. And now West York's offense coming up a little cold right now. Davion Leonard with a 3-point shot off the iron. Rebound by Newsom. Another attempt.
Amari just controlling the rebounds.
Baptiste's shot misses. Blake Knowles gets it out to Braden Detz.
Another block from Amari Newsom. Right now, that tenacity defense from York High is on display.
Blake
They got
Knowles
numbers.
with the steal. A big three. Big three by David McCladry. .453 to go here in the final quarter. Your score, York High 40, West York 37, as a timeout's called on the court. Want to thank our loan sponsor for this game, Apple Automotive, in partnership with our friend Jesse Ferber. The winner of this game punches their ticket to the county championship. The boys county championship will be played this Thursday right here at York Tech Fieldhouse, as tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. this Thursday night. Tomorrow night, want to remind the fans that are tuned in, tomorrow night, girls will take center stage tomorrow as Red Lion battles Dallastown, and Central York and DeLone Catholic battle right here tomorrow night. We bring the games to you, Sports Shooting Stars, and then the girls championship will be held this Friday night right here at York Tech Fieldhouse. Tip-off set for 7 p.m. As York High will have the possession coming off the timeout. Davion Leonard now brings the ball up court for York High. No hurry right now offensively, but Davion Leonard with the ball. Looks like a 2-3 zone setup by West York. Man, and it's Braden Detz's 4th foul, dude. Just keep that in mind. 4th foul, you get 5, and Braden Detz.
Well, you don't want Braden
points.
Detz. You don't want Braden Detz out the game. He has 15 points so far.
Yes. Going to send Davion Leonard to the charity stripe. Six points for Davion.
Davion hitting his free throws. Started off 0 for 7, I believe. Now he's starting to knock them down when they desperately need it. Only a sophomore, Davion Leonard.
6'3" sophomore for York
And they
High.
got to get that ball across the timeline.
And a trap against Blake Knowles there. Looks like a timeout was called. A timeout on the court with 4:09 remaining. York High 42, West York 37.
As I mentioned earlier, West York has a 9-game win streak coming in tonight. Defending YAIAA county champs from last year. Looking to repeat this year, West York, but right now down by 5, 42-37. As it will be West York's possession coming off the timeout. Jake Nisley will be the inbound passer.
Still anybody's game.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Your guys doing a great job this second half with the traps.
And a steal by Tucker. Drives to the net. Jump ball.
And it looks like the York High Bearcats starting to pick a little bit on number 33, Blake Nas. Knowles, he has to be tougher with the ball. That's a
deep throw down to Javonda Shields. Off the foot of Jake Nisley, out of bounds. It will be Bearcat possession.
And this Bearcat defense is stifling. It's all over the place.
They've certainly turned it up a notch here in the second half. And a 5-point lead for York High.
David McGladry guarded.
Yeah, by McGladry.
And it looks like, and they're allowing him to get to the bucket.
Down low to Newsom. Try with a.
That's his patented play. That's what he likes to do.
Came up a little short on that play. The kick out, Blake Knowles for 3 and makes it.
Blake Knowles with the big time 3.
His first points in tonight's game for senior Blake Knowles.
Exactly what they needed. His first points of the game.
And pulls
exactly when they needed it.
42-40 with just over 3 minutes remaining in regulation from a packed house here at York Tech Fieldhouse.
Very loud here tonight.
Packed and loud, no doubt about
Absolutely.
it on this Valentine's Day. And a timeout called on the court. As we bring the game to you tonight. Don't go anywhere, sports fans. It's a double feature tonight, as we'll have Eastern York and Central York followed by this game here tonight. Tentative tip-off set for 7:30. And then we'll be back here tomorrow night for girls action as Dallastown takes on Red Lion, and Central York and Delone Catholic battle it out here at York Tech Fieldhouse tomorrow night in semifinal action, the girls bracket in YAIAA. And again, we want to give special thanks to our lone sponsor for tonight's broadcast, Apple Automotive, in partnership with our friend Jesse Ferber. They're located at 1801 Whiteford Road, right here in York, Pennsylvania. It's even packed in the broadcast booth tonight. Want to let our fans know at home.
On this second tier here, everybody's standing up. There's a crowd, a lot of people. They're all here. This is a great contest. You know, West York versus York High. The two schools are about 3 miles apart.
And you mentioned the Final Four in general. I mean, these matchups we don't get a chance to really see in the regular season.
It's a dogfight.
But tonight, I mean, various media outlets are here covering the action. And we're back to action here to start fourth quarter, coming off the timeout. Davion Leonard with the ball, the kick out.
David thought about it. He likes to knock down those threes.
Especially they want to that side.
Jasir Vega with the ball.
Holding the ball right now, taking some time off the clock. Just a 2-point lead for York High.
Over to Davion Leonard.
There's a
Blake
steal.
Knowles with the ball, with the steal. Detz.
Very close to a three-point play. Blake Knowles has redeemed himself.
He has.
He's doing a great job out there, the senior.
Defensively with that steal, and a bounce pass to his teammate Braden Detz, who got fouled on that play. He'll be sent to the charity stripe.
Great job from Braden
Well,
Detz.
Braden Detz, 15 points. His teammate David McClattery, 15 points. I mean, that's 30 points between the two players there for West York.
Also keep an eye on Braden Detz. He has 4 fouls, so he cannot
Yes.
get in any foul trouble because he's providing a lot of production on the offensive side for West York.
And for fans at home, each player gets 5 fouls. So right now, Detz sitting with 4. And he's at the charity stripe right now, looking to add to his point total. And off the iron, misses his first shot. Have an opportunity for us to redeem himself here.
And he does. 16 points for Braden Detz.
And pulls West York within 1, 42-41. York High clinging to a 1-point lead with just under 2 minutes to go here in regulation. Davion Leonard drives to the bucket. And foul on the play, and slow to get up, holding his wrist.
Unofficially, this would be Davion's 8th time going to the free throw line.
Yeah, he's been sent there several times tonight. And his
Short.
first shot short off the iron.
Very, very uncharacteristic for Davion Leonard. He's usually a surefire knockdown foul shooter. Still, this shot here, short again.
Short again.
And he's 2 for 8 from the free throw line.
And West York now with the possession.
Javon DeShields wanted to get it back out to one of his guards. Didn't want to make any flashy plays at all.
And McClattery baseline drives, and the put in.
Made it look easy. Made it look real easy.
McClattery with 17 points.
Gives West York their first lead of the fourth quarter. Joseph Vega comes right back down. The senior adds in 2 points with the layup. Gives York High a lead again. McClattery with the ball.
11 points. Knowles short on his shot. Just over a minute remaining. Bearcats up by 144-43.
1 point game with 1 minute to go. Wow. And the Bearcats do have the lead, so they don't need to rush it.
.4 seconds remaining.
Man, what a game, what a game, what a game.
Sends
Exactly what we was looking forward to, a game like this. Senior at the line, Joseph Vega, number 3, All-American McDonald's nominee. Nursing that shoulder injury all year long. But he's been surefire from the free throw line.
12 points now for Jazir Vega.
This game's going down to the wire, Todd. It's been back and forth all game long. First half was 24-24, and they pretty much matched that.
The iron rebound by DeShields. And a steal
Big time
by Vega,
steal.
baseline.
Joseph Vega doing senior things. Got the steal,
Got the foul.
got the foul, initiated contact, got the foul. He's going back to the free throw line where he's been knocking them down pretty much this whole game. And I think that's Javon DeShill's 5th foul, number 35, sending him to the bench for the rest of the night.
Yeah, with
They desperately
41.9 seconds to go.
desperately need Javon in the game. He's doing a great job with the rebounds. Matched up really good with Amari Newsom. Calmly knocks it down.
13 points for Vega.
And we know it's going to be a dogfight. These are the top 4 teams in our county. There's not too much separation between these two teams. Short. Only a 3-point game. It's a long
Kick out to Hoffman.
And one more foul is going to send West York to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
36.4 seconds remaining. Bulldogs down by 3, 46-43.
And what do you want to do here? You want to get a quick 2? You want to get an open 3? Let's see what West York comes up with. And they're going to look to run their play. Joel Tucker said, hey, I got McLadry. Goes right out there and keeps him. Dietz was having a great night so far. Guard against Yasir
Another
Vega.
one who can shoot it.
And they're wasting a lot of time off the clock. David McLadry got the ball in the inbounds, and he was open for a 3. Could have knocked it down very easily, but decided to, run the offense. But I would like to see him shoot that shot. He was in rhythm, but and again, he's a patient player, so he wants to run the clock and run the play as the coach calls.
Timeout on the court. I'd like to thank our loan sponsor for this game tonight, Apple Automotive, in partnership with our friend Jesse Ferber, 1801 Whiteford Road, right here in York, Pennsylvania, 17402. You can contact them on www.applefordyork.com or call them at 717-755-2911. As we have a timeout on the court, the fans continue to file in here, and
Absolutely.
jammed in like sardines, as I used to hear many times back in the day at
On
various
Valentine's.
venues.
On Valentine's Day,
no less.
yeah.
So much for a Valentine's Day dinner. They made a date here to be here at York Tech Fieldhouse to watch a little county championship basketball semifinal round.
Well, I know a lot of the fans are at home watching the game as well, so they probably have some dinner and some wine or whatever floats their boat. But as far as in this gym, it's loud, it's a lot of action, and it's top notch.
And a timeout called by head coach Clovis Gallen of York High.
I'll go this.
Back-to-back timeouts here, and still have 19.9 seconds remaining. And it may come down to the final shot here, Dew. And of course,
will.
if you're West York, you're looking for a final shot potentially to tie things up and maybe a little bonus basketball.
Here's my prediction. Either West York comes down and hits a 3, and this game goes to overtime, or York High walks away with a victory.
And again, the winner of this game plays the winner of our upcoming game featuring Central York and Eastern York.
And this is the ball game here, guys. About 17 seconds ago, and they're working up a play. Deep three.
Deep three off the iron.
That's a rebound by David Ward. Probably the biggest rebound of the game so far
Big rebound.
by David Ward. The all-purpose guy, does a little bit of everything. Don't know how solid he is at the free throw line, but here's his chance. to show what you can do. As we want to tell the fans as well, West York is the reigning YAIA county champions. So
your title on the line here tonight as David Ward's sent to the charity stripe. David with 8 points. Make it
big time shot.
Make it 9 for David.
Big time shot for David Ward. And Coach Gallen calls the timeout. And you can see the fans.
And you can see the York High fan base here. They're on their feet, sensing a potential win here with 10.7 seconds to go, a 30-second timeout.
Absolutely. They're starting to feel it 100%.
And of course, as I mentioned before, the winner of this game plays the winner of Eastern York and Central. To action here. Ward sent back to the charity stripe. David looking to potentially hit double digits tonight. He's sitting with 9 points right now.
We have about 1,000 live viewers watching the game right now. So thank you for everybody that's tuning into this big time matchup. In and out. And they got to get the ball down there fast and get a good shot.
That's Braden Detch with the ball, puts it up off the iron. Jump shot by Nigel.
And that's it.
Lucid.
York High advances to the county championship.
With the win.
The Bearcats did it.
47-43. York High will advance to the county championship, which will be played this Thursday night. What a game, dude.
And that gives York High their 20th win of the season. And that was a great matchup. West York, give them a lot of credit as well. They didn't lay down at all. They had a lead a few times in the game, but those turnovers that they had, I believe, came back to hurt them a little bit.
And a big win. Of course, unofficially, Jazir Vega with 13 points. Joels Tucker with 14 points. David Ward, 9 points. Davion Leonard, 8 points. It all adds up to a York High win, and they punched their ticket to the county championships with a 47-43 win right here in front of a packed house here at York Tech Fieldhouse. And don't go anywhere, sports fans. Settle in with Sports Shooting Stars, as we will be featuring the double feature tonight as Central York takes on Eastern York, as both teams here make their way back to the locker room area. And congratulations to the York High Bearcats for advancing to the final round in the county championship. Again, that game will be taking place this Thursday at 7 p.m. Tip-off slated for. As you see, sports fans, the Central York Panthers are making their way out of the locker room area. They are on the court for pre-game warm-ups. Central York comes in with a 17-6 record versus Eastern York with a 16-6 record. As we mentioned earlier in our pregame matchup, look for the big matchup with the big men. Ben Rill matched up with Carter Walmsley and Greg Gittinger and Bosman from Eastern York. This matchup will offer plenty of intrigue as we settle into our second game here from a packed house at York Tech Fieldhouse. As Eastern York Golden Knights now have made their way out onto the hardwood floor here